Welcome, USFL and football fans alike, to the Week 6 recap show for the USFL Network. We are going to talk all things about the 4 games that happened this weekend. As always, I'm Ace, joined by Hype, the president of the network, and Angelo, our Generals representative. And lucky for Angelo today, we are also joined by Toby Johnson and Darius Victor of the New Jersey Generals.
How awesome is that?
How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just excited to be on here.
We're excited to have you, man. Both of you guys.
All right. So before we start, I just have one question for Toby and Darius. How does it feel to crush my soul and happiness on a Sunday? Does it feel good?
Yeah, great. You know, you got guys like Vito pushing the pile, man. We couldn't have did it without him. Couldn't have done it without him.
My whole day was ruined, but I like you guys, so I guess it's okay. So,
I mean, it's got to be okay today.
Yes, I'm okay today. I'm good. There's always next week, I guess. But let's get straight into the games. Game 1, we had the Panthers playing the Stallions. That was a blowout, one of the few blowouts that we see.
Yeah.
Not too many.
What did you guys think?
I think
Exactly what you said. It was a blowout. It wasn't even a ball game.
Yeah. Toby?
I think the Panthers got a good team. They ain't finding ways to win. You know, leadership. I feel like that's what's holding a lot of teams back. You know, with our team, we got a lot of good leadership guys like Vito, and you know our quarterbacks, and you know a lot of defensive guys on that side of the ball. So, you know, we're a little older team. We're a little older than the other cats, but you know that's what's like playing a part in everything right now. The leadership, finishing ball games.
You feel like that's something that's lacking in the Houston team as well? I know I'm switching games, but since we're talking about, you know, their outcomes have been similar to Michigan's. They're a good ball club, but they're just not closing it out.
Especially Houston. Houston, like the most slept on team in the league. People think it's the Maulers, but Houston is slept on. You know, they got a great defense over there. Pretty solid offense, great running back, all that, but you know they just ain't finding ways. I don't know what it is. I can't speak on the next team.
It's just unfortunate for them, but they're capable. I think they bounce back and have a strong ending of the season. But they're capable in all forms and shapes, so they have no excuse on my end. But they should put it together and get some wins rolling.
Now, Darius, are you talking about Houston or Michigan?
Both. Actually, both. Yeah,
okay.
Both of them have great rosters, and they just can't get it done. But they're capable, and they should be able to put the pieces together. If you look at their roster and you look at what they have, and you know what they're capable of doing, they should win some games. But I don't know what's going on, but they'll figure it out.
I agree. I think with Houston, some of it is they play pretty solid the whole game, and then there's just one or two big plays that are enough to make it come down to the last play. Like when we block that field goal, if, you know, DP doesn't fumble the ball, which I'm not blaming him, it happens. But if he doesn't fumble the ball, we actually get a possession in the third quarter, and maybe it's a completely different ballgame. But the fact that we didn't touch the field, like Toby, I know they keep talking about, oh, the offense didn't touch the field once. Neither did the Generals defense. Like, what were you doing on the sideline?
I'm just rooting for guys like Vito. Asking Vito why he ain't in the ball game or why he got me on that bad. I'm trying to, but yeah, I was just up there just rooting for the offense. I was standing up, getting them guys going.
Every time I don't get the ball, Toby's mad. He's like, "Why don't you got the ball? Why don't you got the ball?" I'm like, "Bro, it's not even my drive yet," or like the play is a passing play, bro. Something. But Toby wants me to get the ball every play. It's crazy.
And Vito, do you feel like, you know, the offense was on the entire third quarter, but there's a lot more, I would say, rotation of players throughout the offense. Do you think that it definitely is better for the offense to be on the whole quarter than the defense? Like the defense is just going to get bogged down?
100%. The longer the drives, the easier it gets. And nobody wants to have a 15-play drive or even a whole quarter drive. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, having to play that whole quarter definitely was a factor in things. So yeah, no one wants to play a whole quarter. To be honest, I don't want to play a whole quarter, and I play offense. I want to break it here and there. I want to score a touchdown, go get some water, come back, score another touchdown. I don't want to play the whole quarter. So yeah.
I'm changing it to thick thighs wreck gamblers' lives. That's what I'm saying. So, I definitely wouldn't mind.
Get it on the shirt. Let's go.
Put on the back of the shirt.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, my brother every week he's like, dude, Darius Victor, fantasy football pickup of the year, because he picked you up after week 1, and you have been leading him to the promised land, and it's ridiculous.
Smart man.
he was all for you scoring. I was like, come on, man. I was like, score a touchdown, help him out, but then like just calm down a little bit. You ain't need to do it all. It's okay. Whatever, it's okay.
To finish off really quick, when it came to like the Coach Sumlin, when Coach Sumlin went into the press conference, he just pretty much sat down. I know you guys were in it as well. He sat down. He said, broken record. Team's not in a good place right now. Left too many points on the field. Just to your points, Ace. And in the third quarter alone, he said he's never experienced that in his life in coaching. Left too many points. It was just too many missed opportunities.
Something that's super hard about it is that, I am the Gamblers representative for our network. I root for the team. I follow the team closer than I do other teams. But it sucks that going into the press conferences after the games, when I get to, talk to Kevin Sumlin, we started doing that week 2, and he's literally always pissed off, and it's terrible. Like, I don't get to see him on a good week. He's always kind of mean to me, and I'm like, I can't blame him. He just lost the game, but it sucks that I haven't gotten to talk to him after a single win. I thought maybe this week, but whatever.
I mean, he does give you good answers, though.
Yeah, I tried to throw a little bit of more softball questions this week. I was the only one to ask questions, so I was like, I don't want to piss him off. I want to try and make this good, things I can post. So I was just asking him, what were some positives you saw today? Like, what was good?
So you want to jump into the highlights of the game?
What a positive he said he saw.
He said that the offense, this was one of the first weeks that the offense really did get moving. Like, we were producing. We were scoring touchdowns. Clayton Thorson threw 1 interception to his 3 touchdowns. That's the best he's done all year. And he wasn't able to get on the field. Literally didn't touch the field in the third quarter. So while the offense finally got rolling, that doesn't help if the offense isn't out there. But that was promising, was the fact that we were moving the ball. The plays were working. I think the play calling was a lot of that, because sometimes Kevin Sumlin is like, we're going to run it up the middle with Mark Thompson 8 times in a row. And it's not amazing. Like, he's great, but
not
if the
on
defense
Toby
sees
Johnson.
It coming,
Right.
No,
not on Big Toby Johnson. No chance.
Heck no, man. Oh my
Not
gosh.
in the middle. Outside maybe. Out the middle, no chance.
Oh, is he throwing shade at outside linebackers out here?
No, I'm just
No.
saying. You got a better chance when Toby's not around. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I feel you.
How is the Heat for you guys? That's my question.
What you say?
Was he the factor at all? The Heat at all?
The Heat.
I mean, we're used to it now.
I don't know about Vito. For me,
I'm used to it. I go to practice every day and I wear a hoodie no matter what the weather is. So
okay,
I'm used to it.
That's horrifying.
I dress warm every day too at practice, but with the numbers game and stuff, we haven't been. It's a number of games in this league, so you may be able to dress a certain amount of guys in other positions than D tackle and all that. So, for a D tackle to be playing 60 plays a game, or however many players I'll be playing a game, that's kind of pushing it. That's kind of pushing it.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Watching the Panthers game, and those guys in the first quarter alone, they were soaking wet already. Like, it was the first quarter. I'm like, oh my God, these guys are going to be dying.
You count the halftime and then the third quarter, you guys on defense had like an hour of real-time rest, not exerting yourselves.
I would have rather been out there playing, though, because
they had 7 plays in the second half.
But the adjustments I felt like we made in the halftime, I was ready to go out there and play. I was ready. Because I feel like we gave up too much. We gave up too much the first half. The first half, y'all seen us play. That's our type of football. We were missing one of our key leaders, and so that's just when we weren't tackling, we weren't wrapping up. So that won't happen again. We let people off the hook. That was feeding that running back.
I'm gonna hold you to that, but I do agree it was different because with you guys, it's usually a ground and pound offense, kind of methodical drives, and then good defense. And then with the Gamblers, it's 3 and outs and then really good defense. So it was interesting to see, kind of a shootout where the defense wasn't really playing as big a factor in the first half. And you're probably right. The adjustments that you made at halftime would have been a huge difference, but then you didn't get to really do them. But is there a fear that, you're going to cool down while you're not playing that long? Like you need to keep warming up?
I was so mad about the first half. It would have been hard for me to cool down. I was very upset. I was very upset about that first half. So my whole time, I was on there just I was on there just rooting for the offense and stuff. I wasn't too much really worrying about being tired or no stuff like that.
Darius, how did you feel after the first half?
I felt that we could do a lot better than what we were doing. Just running the ball. I think at halftime I had 3 carries for -1 yard, and I was like, "This is crazy." Yeah, I was like, it was just with the play calling. Sometimes the pass it's a good look just to change. Coach calls great plays, so it's we catch them off guard, stuff like that. But just that mental was like I had 3 carries and I only had -1 yard. I didn't like that, so I had to come out second half and put the foot on the gas. It wasn't so much what I was doing or what the offensive line was doing. It's just like sometimes someone got beat or it's just a perfect play call for the run that was called. It was just football, so I wasn't worried about it. Too frustrated because I knew like it's gonna happen. Just got to keep going.
I'm used to seeing Vito get some yards. I'm used to seeing Vito. I was mad. I was mad. Real mad.
Gotta trust the Toby. I got you, man. Don't worry about it.
I was mad.
Much better in the second half. 13 carries and I think about 58 yards you had in the second half. So that was a big and the all important push at the end to help Luis get in the end zone. Man,
I told myself if I wasn't getting the ball, I was going to do whatever I could to get that. We was going to win that game.
I couldn't even watch the play. I was so nervous. I was just mad. The game shouldn't even been that close.
It should have been.
Houston is a good team, but they not even on our level. Like they not even on our level. The game shouldn't even been that close.
The turnovers
killed us. The blocked field goal. It's just not tackling.
The sack fumble return for the touchdown.
They run
the fourth quarter.
Like Reggie Bush in college against us.
Okay, but Toby, you got to appreciate the big man touchdown, right?
Oh yeah. I was hating a little bit, but the next day when after we won the game, I was hating when it happened. But after we won the game, I'm like, man, good job, bro.
Good for him. You're like, heck yeah.
Who would have lost over it, man?
Dude, when he picked up the ball, I was like, okay, like we'll get the ball back. He started
he can
moving.
He can
run. My God.
He got out of there.
Run.
Y'all need to show Luis Perez that video because he
was jogging.
Luis wasn't catching up until he started jogging. Like,
oh Lord,
that was wild. But Hype, you said you have the highlights from the game, correct?
Yes, I believe I do. We can go ahead and run those really quick.
Let's play them.
All right.
Here we go.
Green 80 to go. In Jersey territory. All kinds of time for Thorson. Wide open, down the sideline, touchdown. Right out of the gate. T.O. Redding with the score. Matter late in the game. Johnson keeps it, nice pass. And that's a touchdown, Devontae Turpin. Jersey, Carson Wentz there. Perez, pump fake, going deep. He's got Turpin. Oh, dropped it in the basket. What a catch. What a throw. 80 to go. Thorson. Lofting it up. Thompson caught. Touchdown. There is a flag, however. Now we're not able to adjust the football. Luis Perez hit as that ball comes out of his hand. And this has been recovered by Houston. Lolani with the recovery. Daquan Brown was the guy who hit Perez and knocked it out.
Yeah, and also on the other side, it was both defensive ends, Kurt. Watch Odom also. Chris Odom
Number 93, I think, gets in there and gets a hand. That's his hit the lead. Thorson out of the backfield. Thompson first down and more. His second touchdown reception in less than a minute. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 3. Trey Williams ends that drop. Perez hit, ball's out, and is scooped up once again by Houston. Tomasi Lelele, the big man, rumbles all the way to the end zone. Perez on the quarterback sneak. Second effort. They gave it to him. Touchdown, New Jersey, and they win the ball game on the final play. Mike Riley all smiles as his team wins their 5th consecutive game, and Houston loses on the last play of the game for the 3rd straight week. Jersey gets the win, 26-25. They go to 5-1 on the season in thrilling fashion. Back after this.
Wow.
All right, so I want to go ahead and cap it off really quick. I know this is from a couple of weeks ago, but really quick.
Reason to celebrate. Toby Johnson listed at 320, and the big man heels overhead. But why not? New Jersey gets the win, 27. Reason to celebrate.
Yeah,
Hat
Toad.
I had to show.
Yeah, Toad.
Talking about a big man, running it in. Look at Toby right there with a backflip, landing it.
Well, Toby,
Agility.
where did you learn to do that?
I ain't always been this big. I used to be smaller, so I got some athletic bones still in my body. So
Darius,
back
where's
when I
your
was younger, I used to go a lot. Back when I was younger, I used to go back to back to back, like about 5, 6 of them in a row with a toe. But I'm too big to be doing all that now. My wrist be hurt.
Pretty awesome, though.
Oh, dear.
Flo,
Well,
what
in
did you
those highlights-
Sorry,
Sorry.
my bad. Angelo, during the press conference, you dubbed someone electric. Who was that?
Yeah, I gave Cavante Turpin the name Electricity, and he seemed to really like it a lot.
He did.
I mean, the guy is electric. He does everything. It seems like
That's the baddest man on the 6 feet right there.
yeah. I mean, he's so fast, and every time he touches the ball, things are happening. He's making people miss, and he's always sniffing out the end zone.
Mm-hmm. The last couple of weeks, they've been, putting the ball in his hands. He's been showing out for real.
Turp also leads the league in receiving right now. Let you guys know that.
Yardage?
Yards, yeah.
The last couple of games, he's been going for a
He
buck.
really has.
Yeah, $1.06 yesterday. I think $1.30 last week. So it's definitely been going his way. And it seems like you guys have, over the first half of the season, have uncovered a different offensive weapon. I mean, you have so many guys, right? You have Cavante, you got Darius, of course, you got Trey Williams, and then you've got all the other receivers that are pitching in, Alonzo Moore, right? And you got the other kid, Cameron Eccles Looper, that has some ridiculous speed. So when you got so many explosive weapons, it's hard for other teams to try to figure out who they're going to stop. Everybody's very interchangeable there.
And especially at quarterback, though, too. You got 2 elite quarterbacks right now.
Yeah, I think they did a good job drafting, especially on the offense side of the ball. They did a great job to, drafting guys that complement each other over there. So,
And Coach Riley, right? I mean, what a calming presence the guy is. He's awesome in the press conferences. He's always so upbeat and positive. And that's really got to make you guys just want to run through walls for him.
Yeah, I love
Absolutely.
it. I'll be ready to. Yeah, that's my guy. My guy.
That's my guy. He's just the GOAT, man. We appreciate him, and we're honored to play for him and do whatever we want to get a win for him.
Wow.
Now, Toby, I wanted to ask this because, you were our first drafted USFL interview. So I wanted to ask, because we had told you that, you were playing in the first game ever, and you didn't know it at the time. So how was that experience, though, after the game or experience in that game?
Oh, it just hurt my heart because, like Vito said, like, don't nobody want to be on the field that long, and they had us on the field that last drive, and I feel like we lost the game because of me. I got tired at the end. That last play, I should have made that play, and I won't say I took a play off, but I was trying to do somebody else's job and should have been doing my own job, man. We lost that game, but as far as the experience, man, it was a great atmosphere. Like I cried before that game because I was going through a lot of emotion. Not playing outdoor since the XFL. It was just a lot. The fans and stuff. Everybody that came out to support us. The game was packed. They even had the what is it like the planes go across there.
The Jets.
It was good feeling, man. I was hyped. I think I was too excited though. I got out there and warmed up for the game. Did like an hour warm up. By the time the second, third quarter came, I'm gas.
You gotta pace yourself.
Yeah.
I'll be out there, get a nice little sweat, good jog. I'm ready. I'm good. I'm gonna put my energy out there on the field.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys feel that you're like the surprise team in the USFL?
They had us ranked. They had us ranked last.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're not surprised that we could win ball games. But I guess everyone else we're surprised. But we had the confidence the whole time.
I expect for us to, with our roster, I expect for us to win every game and win by a large margin, even though the game's been close. But I feel like, as far as talent wise or physicality wise, like I don't think nobody even close to us. It's by a long shot. You look at us physicality wise with number one rushing defense, number one rushing offense. We lead, we tie for number one in scoring points, and it just we both complement each other so much. Like the team shouldn't even be in the game. Like I don't understand how the teams be in the game. When I look at the scoreboard, I'm like, how? I don't know if we not winning in certain areas, maybe special teams or whatever, but I don't know. But I just feel like the guys on our team, we got some real dogs. We may be underrated, and however you want to say, we got a lot of guys that went to, smaller schools, or, a lot of guys probably didn't even get their chance or whatever, or got a chance and never stuck. But, we got a lot of hungry guys that believe they the best every time they hit that field. So that's what I feel like that's what's, taking us far right now.
And it looks like, obviously winning helps, but it looks like you guys are just having a lot of fun. When I'm watching I'm having fun watching you guys play, but you guys are having all the fun in the world out there, and you're enjoying yourselves. Really looks like.
Got a coach like Coach Riley or whatever too. It's pressure, but it's like no pressure. It's the expectation. When you're going in there, when you're going into a job, looking over your back every day, or how it go in certain jobs in the league or whatever, it get hard on you. Coach Riley is never like that. It expects that you go in to work hard, but it's also, they treat you like people. They treat you, everybody get treated fairly. You don't get cursed at. None of that stuff. So, and he is player coach. Like he always, want our input on, how we can get better, how we can make practice better, how we can do this, how we can do that. So guys appreciate those type of things. Guys want to play harder for those type of guys.
When I hear you describe Coach Riley and the way that he operates, it becomes much clearer to me that a lot of coaches don't operate like that.
I ain't gonna speak on other coaches. I'm just gonna speak on my coach. My coach is, like I said, the players coach, great guy, great dude, great everything for real, great leader.
Absolutely.
And he's a winner. That's what a lot of people don't know. Coach Riley's been a winner everywhere he's been. So
all time,
ain't no losers.
Dude, do you guys know when his first season was, like, coaching?
Absolutely not.
I know
it's like 1976. Was his first year coaching.
Doing like 40-some years, I think. He be coming talk to me all the time. He got so many stories. He tell me a story.
Yeah, he tell you a story about everything that you thought that never happened. I remember it was before you were born, Vito. It was that then. Okay, like he'll tell you a story. Now that's one thing he'll do. He'll tell you a story.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, oh, the play was so crazy. This guy's leather helmet got torn off. Like, it's that old of a story.
They don't be that old. It's old though. It's not that old.
I mean,
No.
he was playing college, I think, in 69 or 70. So he's
He
not
told
that
me one story. He played at Alabama.
Yeah.
And he told us one story. He said, "Man, Toby, we won every game except 4." I said, "What? How y'all lose 4?" He said, "In my college career, I won every game except 4." I said, "What game though?" Well, he said, "We lost championship every time." I said, "Golly." He said he went undefeated 4 straight years and lost championship every time. Like,
And he played for Bear Bryant, and Bear Bryant didn't like losing like that. He worked them the next time they had a practice.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, here, let's talk about some other games. We had the Maulers Breakers game. I believe you guys have played both of those teams, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So what did you think of that game?
I thought it was it would have been a little closer. A couple but turnovers, that pick 6. I seen a fumble kick or something like. It was a whole bunch of things that tipped the game one way or another. And but both good teams. But I'm not surprised by Breakers winning. But I didn't think it was gonna be by that much, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah. With me, I wouldn't leave. I can't really put a lot of input on the game. I thought it would have been closer than what it was because people are asleep on Pittsburgh defense. They're asleep for real. I like Pittsburgh defense a lot. Forced offense, they still, they got a new quarterback, Van. That's my dog. But I didn't get a chance to watch the game. Like I said, I just knew it. I thought it would have been closer than that because we was inside getting dressed. I think Vito and them had a TV in there.
We had a TV in our locker room, so
the defense ain't getting a chance. You know how they do the defense. They just throw the defense anywhere. They got to take care of the offensive guys.
As much as people talk about the Maulers being, the worst team, this and that, I think a lot of it is just the mental part. They do make the mistakes. Like if that pick 6 that Ike Brown took back didn't happen, they were right in that game. I mean, they were right there. Literally the next drive, within 3 minutes in the game, Gaither gets a touchdown. So it's all the difference in him turning his head and looking at Vadli, So I don't think that they are that far behind skill-wise, but I think as far as pulling it all together, that's where they're lacking it.
Definitely not skill-wise. But skill-wise, for sure, they got all the pieces.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's any team in this league that really that's a cool thing about this league is that any week any team can win.
Yes.
It's all about execution. It's not the talent. Every team has plenty of talent. Like there's tons of talent that didn't even get drafted yet. So I was super excited when they extended the rosters because now some of those players are getting their shots. But the big part is truly just execution and pulling it together on game day. Like you can practice great all you want. If you're not going to execute on game day, it's not going to matter, and then you're going to be 1-5, like the team I'm repping all the time. So, that happens.
All 3 of them teams that's 1-5, they scary teams though. Don't nobody want to see them teams right now. They home.
Correct.
Houston, Michigan, all these teams got great defense too. Michigan got a great defense.
Yeah,
don't nobody want to see these teams. Like I said, they get going on offense, they're gonna be scary.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, they had a good game against you guys in week 2. Held the Generals to 10 points. And I believe that was your lowest output of the season. Still escaped with the win because of the defense and Michigan's mishaps along the way. But you look at their points against, and you're wondering how they're only 1-5.
Another thing I said, I don't want to speak on nobody else for real, but like I said, I just feel like coming down to leadership and having a winning mentality. Even if I'm down by 20, I still feel like I'm gonna win that game. If I got enough, I'm winning this game. You gotta have a will, and you gotta have guys on the sideline that's speaking it into this. Me getting guys up, pumping guys up, letting guys know. You can still win. And that's starting practice. I start everywhere I do, everything we do. I feel like we're the best. In my mind, that's how I feel. If I'm in the weight room, if I'm jogging, if I'm playing tic-tac-toe, I feel like I'm finna win. We finna win. That's just, you gotta have that type of mindset. You gotta have leaders.
I'm the same way. I like me, whatever it is. I like me.
Facts.
And
Oh, I know. I saw you throw axes. I saw you throw axes, Darius. You were getting into it.
Yeah. I'm
Also,
pretty
I'm not
well
getting in front
rounded.
of one of those axes. But as far as you talk about leadership with the Michigan Panthers, something that just really stuck out to me was the post-game press conference after the Stallions Panthers. Jeff Fisher didn't show up to the post-game press conference. He just didn't come. And that's the first time I've seen that happen, because I'm in all of them usually, and he didn't come. You know, Skip Holtz came out with Bo Scarborough, and I can't remember who else came out, but then they just ended the press conference, and Jeff Fisher never showed up. And I think that it just throws the wrong message and vibe, especially after a loss. So when you say leadership, you know, that I thought of that immediately.
I want to speak on a coach or a specific player. I'm just saying, like, overall in general. I don't too much like talking on other things, but I know that's a big thing. That's a big part of what's helping us right now. You know what I mean? Starting at the top to the bottom, from the head coach all the way down to the players. You know, leadership. They carry a long way. And having a winning mentality. A lot of the guys on our team, we already played together, so we kind of know each other, know what triggers each other, know what, you know, you got to know your team's strengths and weaknesses too, and play to them. And, you know, when you find your identity, you got to stick to that.
Oh, you can definitely tell you guys have played together. You have the chemistry, and that's huge, especially in a league where you had, 3 weeks to prepare before the league started. It's huge to have the chemistry to kind of know the other players on your team, and it shows. It really does show. But then the last game we have to talk about was the Philadelphia Stars played the Tampa Bay Bandits. What do you guys think?
I like Philly. Philly's a great team. I was surprised that they ran the ball so well because they were the least effective rushing team in the league. But my little bro Matt went crazy, man. Shout out to my little bro Matt, man. That's my fellow New York Guardian right there, my running back. But Matt went crazy. I was yelling at the TV like, "Go, go, go!" But that was awesome.
Crazy. Man, I was doing it because, you know, it's John, like, that's like my brother. He is my brother. He played for Tampa Bay. He was talking all that mess about, well, you know, and it's vice versa. They don't run the ball well, and they don't stop the run. They give up almost 200 yards rushing the game, and I think they rushed probably by 60 yards a game, something crazy. But yeah, he was talking about how they was gonna run the ball all over them, and how they weren't gonna be able to run.
Mark Andrews, during the press conference, he did mention he was fortunate to win the game. The defense was really tired, he said, on both sides, I guess, but the defense on his end was really tired. He was pleased with the running game as well. And, you know, he did mention going into this week, being a longer week, he's going to get some guys in to address some areas that he feels that needs the most attention. So maybe we'll see some different looks coming from the Stars next week. And of course, the rumor, you know, going around that, you know, Scott possibly
Scott might come back,
you know, rejoining the team. We don't know. I did reach out to him, but I'm not going to speculate or mention anything on air, just out of respect. So we'll see what happens when it comes to the Stars. For the Bandits, Todd Hilly, he did mention, you know, the turnovers were self-inflicted. Opportunities were there, but they didn't execute. Mentioned the protection being shut down in key situations. So it was more of a mental defeat on both sides for certain situations for both coaches.
Yeah, I think both teams just, you know, got to find their identity for both of those teams. You know, you got guys like, you know, the Tampa team. They got a good quarterback, but I feel like, you know, they don't use him. I feel like they don't use him to his strengths. I feel like he's a great quarterback. He can throw, and you seen at the end of the game, this last game, when he had to throw, he was slanging the ball, but he can also run too. But you know, Philly, you don't know what you're gonna get out of them. They're a passing team, but last week they came out running the ball. So everybody got to find their identity. I like both teams a lot, though. I like them a lot. They can both.
Matt Coburn is actually the first non-quarterback in USFL history to score 3 touchdowns in a game. If I had put money on it, If I had put money on it, it definitely would have been either Vito or Mark Thompson?
I was supposed to get 3 last week, but I'm gonna let it slide.
I was over there. Yeah, man, Trey.
Dre-
Man, I'm like, man, you got to share the well. You had Trey hot.
I let Trey get in, sub myself off. Trey get that touchdown because I know how much it meant for him playing his old coach and stuff like that this week. But 2 weeks ago, who did we play 2 weeks ago?
It was
Orleans, right?
New Orleans.
Yeah, I was supposed to have 3 easy. If Dre just gives me the ball, I was gonna get 3 for sure. But it's all right, though. You get to see Matt do it because that's my boy. I love him, so it's okay. Hopefully, I can be the second. You know?
There you go.
This week you will. Vito getting 3 this week for sure.
There you go.
3 this week against Tampa. Mark it down, everybody. Holding you to that now. Toby putting you on the spot.
Oh,
I got the most confidence in Vito.
if I need help, I'm gonna tell Coach put Toby in the block for me.
Hey,
Fullback.
I was gonna holler at him about this week about getting a little heavy pack. For real.
imagine Tampa has to go 2 weeks in a row being the only team to have a non-quarterback score 3 touchdowns on them. That would be painful. Oh my gosh.
Sounds like a great time to me. Let's make it. Hopefully, it comes through.
Weekly occurrence.
Honestly, I'd love to see it. That would be really cool. I'm on you guys' bandwagon in the North. I love watching you guys.
I'm going to give a shout out to Reggie Corbin, and hopefully, he can get it done too. I love his moves.
I like Reggie.
I like Reggie.
I went to the game when they played Tampa. He had a great game. He can play ball. He played ball.
Reggie's from the PG County. We play football over there, man. Prince George's County. Something about the football play, especially the running backs out of the PG County, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Reggie.
All the time, Maryland the most slept on. I play with a lot of guys that went to Maryland. Now I won't say just PG. I'm just talking about the University of Maryland. Yeah. All them boys I play with are the truth. I be trying to figure out why they don't win no games out there. I'm talking about the truth. Saber. I play with a lot of people that went to Maryland, and I'm just shocked.
Yeah. We got talent, bro. I don't know what it is, but I appreciate you noticing, though, man. Thank you on Maryland's on DMV behalf. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So coming up week 7, you guys got the Tampa Bay Bandits 3-3. This will be the last game before you hit up Legion Field because week 8 you guys go to Legion.
So this is gonna be our last game here, and all the rest of them.
Not the last game, but week 8 you're going to be touching base at Legion, so something
10,
different.
right?
I didn't know
What's
that.
that?
Who we
Yeah,
played?
week 8.
Let's see who we played that week.
Week 8 you guys play the Maulers at 8:00.
Pittsburgh, Michigan, Philly, I think, is the last.
Well, that's my type of game. Smash.
Well, you guys play at noon, the first game on Saturday, so
Yeah.
get it out of the way, get that W.
We play 11. Well,
11 there.
Eastern time. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, on the East
these
Coast.
guys always talking Eastern time. Central all the way is what I'm saying. Come on.
I mean, they even listed online at Eastern Standard Time at 12 o'clock.
They do it Eastern time. It's okay. It's close.
Oh, it helps me out.
Well, if you go on the website, it actually adjusts it to wherever you are, which is super helpful.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay.
The USFL.com helps. But coming up, you guys have the Bandits. Have you been watching tape? I know it's Monday, but what have you guys been doing so far to prepare?
Well, I have. I watch tape on them every week because, like I said, my roommate is a Tampa Bay Bandit, so we sit here and watch tape on their defense. And I sit there and watch tape. I watch their offense too because I got a couple homeboys that I play with on that team. But they're a scary team. They're another team that got all the pieces. I feel like the 2 good running backs, a good offensive line, a solid defense when they want to play. And, they can be scary. Got good tight end. They can make some noise.
Yo,
Toby, did you say that a roommate of yours is a Bandit?
Yeah, John Atkins. Number 99.
99.
Big John.
That's crazy, man. You guys playing each other? That's insane.
That's a big household, ain't it? Big Toby, Big John, huh?
Yeah.
Don't ever want to break into that house.
I mean, I've seen teammates together, but not
They definitely on the bottom floor.
Can you imagine living under that? That would suck. Toby's
I
doing
didn't even think
backflips.
about it. I
No,
didn't
we
even
on the
think
bottom
about
floor for real. Vito, them. They got us on the bottom floor and gave Vito them like the penthouse view. You know,
that. Yeah, I'm at the
Vito
top.
them like 10 floors up overhead of us,
That's all right,
so
though.
we get the real city view.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
definitely
never
need
get.
to throw some bunk beds up and practice those backflips. So much room for activities and stuff like that.
I think I'm
I'm
retired
done.
from it. I don't think I'm doing it no more.
Yeah,
I think
please, please
I'll be
don't. I
gone
love
by
you, and
then.
I know you can do it, but don't do it no more.
you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
retired from it.
It's never done. Don't do it no more.
You're just
One
like, we
and
need
done.
you, dude. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, one and done. That's it.
One and done. We got to record it, so you're good. You can see it anytime you want to know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else you guys gotta say?
Nah,
Any
I just
questions
appreciate
for
you
the
guys
guys
having
here?
us on here.
Yeah.
We
Thanks for-
appreciate you.
We
Appreciate
appreciate
you.
you greatly.
yeah.
Immensely.
Looking forward to seeing you guys in Canton because another win will probably clinch the playoff spot. And we can start thinking about week 11.
When we go to Canada, y'all need to come. Y'all need to come.
I'll be there.
I will be at the championship game with my fiance. I am allowed. She has allowed me
trying.
to go.
All right, guys. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1-0 every week, okay? We have to have
1-0
faith
every week.
and focus on
He's
that.
right. He's right.
Relax.
That coach mentality, my bad.
Because we're going to Canada for sure. I said just come to Canada.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I said week 11. I didn't say 12 yet.
Okay, but let's say that you guys do make it to the championship. Who do you want to see there?
I
Obviously,
want
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to I want
Yeah, I was gonna bring
Birmingham.
it up.
My league back.
I'd like to-
You're
I'd
like,
love to see
no more home crowd. You're like, we want fair game. Let's go.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. This was
I was
Yeah.
I was the only Generals fan in the whole joint, you guys. I was standing and screaming and waving, and they were yelling at me and screaming at me. But I was like, "We got this, we got this, we got this." Until we didn't got this at the end, and I want Birmingham too, and I'll be there when you guys make it to the title game.
okay.
I'll be there
Hopefully
regardless.
it
But I
works
hope you guys make it. I want to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
All right, guys.
All right, you guys.
All right,
So
so
again-
have a good night.
You as well.
Again, thank you so much
guys.
for coming on.
Thanks
You
for
guys
coming
have a
on,
good
guys.
night. This has been the USFL Network Week 6 recap. Everyone have a great night and good luck to you both. Take care, guys.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.